silly Caucasian girl likes to play with samurai swords. This quote is attention-getting and antagonizing. However, the impact of the quote would be nothing without the visual drama that occurs on screen. The stark white snow garden with O-Ren Ishii, played by Lucy Liu, a crime boss, in her white kimono, standing fiercely, ready to risk everything against the main character, the revenge-seeking bride. Kill Bill is a popular film, and likely many of you have watched it. Even if you have not, demonstrating how visuals and audio impact the story is an important topic for any movie buff. This film, Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino, uses cinematography, color, and sound to create an impactful story. This movie is one of my favorites. I have watched it probably 2 to 5 times. I've always admired action movies, especially ones with beautiful cinematography and a strong female lead. Throughout researching this topic, I have gone through multiple scholarly articles and sources, learning more about how Kill Bill and other films use these aids to their advantage and the thoughts behind them. The film Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino uses cinematography, color, and sound to create an impactful story. Within the movie, the use of color and tailored audio makes the storyline truly impactful and memorable. What feelings does this whistle evoke? Maybe suspense or danger? Those are exactly the feelings that Tarantino purposely cultivated with that melody. A scholarly article discussing the impact of sound in film states, sound is perceived as auditory objects in time and space, with visual and haptic properties according to the cross-modal metaphors, gaining emotional impact through the connected linguistic metaphors, and with an additional impact if it can be understood as a prior meaningful symbol. This quote shows that the whistle played is more than just a background sound. It is an object or presence perceived by the viewer. This presence is abrupt and creates a felt tension because of its increasing tempo. It also creates tension because whistles serve as a warning of danger ahead. Another iconic moment in the movie is when the main character, simply known at first as the bride, takes on a Japanese crime mob. In the lengthy fight, there's a scene where the fighting is shown only as black silhouettes against a blue background. Studies on color in film show how they impact the tone and interact with viewers' feelings. A researcher, Daniel Behrens, discusses this topic, stating that research also shows that color directly affects our emotional states, influencing behavior, sleeping patterns, aggression, and how energized we feel. Bright, saturated, and long wavelengths are more stimulating and arousing than less saturated, darker, and shorter wavelengths of light. The combination of bright blue background with the dark silhouettes triggers the emotions of viewers. As suggested above, colors can create heightened attention spans, and in this case, increased feeling of tension and danger. Lastly, Kill Bill's most iconic visual piece would be the bright yellow jumpsuit worn by the bride for a portion of the movie. It is often seen on the movie's posters and is commonly worn as a Halloween costume. Now, what do these audio and visuals really mean for the film's overall lesson and impression on its audience? They mean drawing in the viewer and transporting them to a different life and world they have never experienced. The director, Quentin Tarantino, used these stylistic choices to strengthen the audience's emotional reactions. Filmmaking isn't just an art, it's a science. More specifically, multiple sources have highlighted how neuroscience predicts emotional reactions tied to different colors and sounds. Another quote from Daniel Burns states, "Cinematographers, whether realizing it or not, make use of neuroscience and symbolism to affect an audience." Since Tarantino was already an experienced director while creating this film, I believe he was aware of this science and used it to his advantage to cultivate an action-packed environment that is very eye-catching. More than impacting the emotions of those watching, these decisions were also vital to telling this drama-filled story and showcasing the characters within in their development. The mentioned audio, scenes, and color all tell this harrowing tale of a bride scorned seeking revenge, the iconic whistle, a warning to the viewers of the danger ahead, or the bright yellow jumpsuit, showing the fierceness and strength of this former assassin. After reviewing the specific aesthetics used and how they impacted this film, we can gather the broader lessons the movie is telling us. The broader lesson is that the imagery as well as the sound presented in cinema can make or break an impact the movie has. By comparing and contrasting Kill Bill with other movies, we can clearly see how some are lacking in visuals to support their tale, while others have also successfully used aesthetics to their advantage. Another director who uses color in an extremely impactful way is Wes Anderson. An Italian university researched his use of color and found that the balanced and perfect color composition, however much they may seem a decorative whim, represent a clever narrative device that, designed according to logical patterns, is able to embody symbolic and communicative values. This quote reveals that other directors also use color as more than just a decoration. Color is a hugely influential factor in telling any film story, and both Anderson and Tarantino have become masters in this. In conclusion, the information and aids presented show how Kill Bill uses audio and visual to leave a lasting impression and improve storytelling. These conscious aesthetic decisions influence the audience's feelings and engagement, as well as improving the movie's narrative. This proves that color, imagery, and sound are one of the most impactful parts of this movie, as well as across the whole film industry. Overall, the film Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino uses cinematography, color, and sound to create an impactful story. In the end, Kill Bill reminds the audience that words are not enough. Every color choice, every audio, and scenery change is carefully chosen to grab the viewer's attention and show, not tell, the wild story it contains.